And I fear that we're at this tipping point where we have to decide who we are as a society. So inclusion, some of these other principles.
Are you talking about Burning Man principles, by the way?
Well, I will say that Burning Man principles, I don't think they just apply to people who go to Burning Man. Burning Man principles really are universal. They apply to everyone. And so whether you are a person who's gone and participated in Burning Man, or whether you're somebody who has heard about it, or somebody who doesn't even think of themselves as that type of person, a person who goes to festivals, or a person who listens to music with other people in the desert.
What kind of person is that? Do you want to be around them?
Well, yes. If you're a person that sees the world around us right now and thinks there should be something better, that we're too nasty, too hostile, too divisive, then I think we all seek out those things. Some of us seek them in religion, some of us seek them in our own communities. And one of these communities is that. So when we talk about radical inclusion, that's the antidote to hate and division. When we talk about gifting and decommodification, that's the antidote to corruption and greed.
Yes, it is.
When we talk about leaving no trace, that's the antidote to this horrible desecration of our planet that's going on right now. And that's not a Republican or a Democrat or a right or left issue, because no matter who you are, no matter how wealthy you are, what party you come from, you breathe the same air, you drink the same water, and we're leaving the same world to our children and our grandchildren. And if we don't think about being better stewards of this planet, there's no going back. We can't reverse the effects. We see what's happening around us. We see the worst year for natural disasters in our history. In our history. And to try and turn a blind eye and say this has nothing to do with our actions, that's irresponsible. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about being responsible for our society, being responsible for ourselves and our communities. So communal action, that is something that has built great things in this country. So if people tell you we're not communal, we're just individualistic. No, you can be individual in your expression, and I think that's beautiful.
How do you incorporate those values into the realness of being a government official, of being a political leader?
For me, what Burning Man is about, it's about a society that's the ideal version of what we would want our society to be. So one example is when I come up to someone at Burning Man and you just give them a hug, you treat everybody at Burning Man like they're an old friend of yours. Imagine if we treated, it's unrealistic, right? It's totally unrealistic that you could treat everyone in LA or San Francisco or New York like they're your friend. Well, is it realistic that we have a reality TV star as our president of the United States? No. So if that's unrealistically negative, why don't we be unrealistically positive, unrealistically optimistic? Why don't we try treating everyone in our society as if they were an old friend? Yes. Think about the response that you might get if you did treat people that way, if you had the same kind of positive energy that people have when they're out in this small community, if it's a city that we build out in the desert, you brought that energy, that positivity back into your daily life every single day. And even if they think that it's strange that you're treating them like an old friend, see if you keep treating them that way, whether they'll actually change and they'll start to mirror and act differently. Because we're in a battle, I believe, for the soul of our country right now. And it's not a battle with the other party. It's not a battle with a person. It's a battle with ourselves. Who are we? And if we can answer that question with love and compassion, decency and reason, then we're all going to be better off as a society. That's that transformational shift that we need to have.